18. Yes, that is the jersey number of Casemiro, but that is also the number of times which United has lost this season in the Premier League. 18 times. 39. Yes, that used to be the jersey number of Scott McTominay, but that is also our points total in Premier League this season. 39 points, merely 14 points away from relegation. 8. Bruno Fernandes jersey number. More like winless streak in Premier League this season. We have gone 8 matches without winning a single match in Premier League this season. Old Trafford, considered to be the one of the most prestigious stadiums in Europe. Before visiting such a stadium, our opponents would tremble. United are called Red Devil. We are called Devil because people used to fear us. They used to fear coming at Old Trafford and playing against us. But in the 24-25 season, we have lost to teams like Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Wolves, West Ham at our beloved Old Trafford. I mean, no offense to these teams, they are very good teams, but still. Being probably the biggest club in Europe, we should be performing a little bit better, a little bit at least. Such is the story of Premier League that two of the top 6 teams are placed at 16th and 17th in the Premier League. United being at 16th and Tottenham at 17th. At least we are not below Tottenham. That is a glimmer of hope in this treacherous season. So ever since Ruben Amorim joined United, he has averaged 0.92 points per game in the Premier League, which is terrible. What more can I say? It is terrible. It is worse than terrible, to be honest. Harry Maguire recently has been our most effective striker. I've even heard it from a few pundits that if Matthias de Ligt was fit and he was playing in our starting 11 as a CB, then United could have considered playing Harry Maguire up front, because it would be better than what we have at the moment in the likes of Højlund, Garnacho, Zirkzee. So Bruno Fernandes has been our top scorer this season in the Premier League with 8 goals. Last year, our top scorer were Bruno and Rasmus, joint top scorer with 10 goals. The year before that, top scorer Rashford, 17 goals. The year before that, CR7, 18 goals. The year before that, Bruno Fernandes, 18 goals. And if we roll back even more years back, then in 2012 and 13 season, which was the last Premier League season managed by Sir Alex Ferguson, our top scorer had scored 25 goals, Robin van Persie. So ever since 2012-13, the number of goals scored by United top scorer has been steadily declining. The average number of goals by United top scorer in Premier League fell down to 15 goals from 25 at the time of Ferguson. But in the last 2 years, this average of 15 goals has even further fell down to 9 goals. Excuse me. So, our Premier League top scorer in the last 2 years have averaged 9 goals per season, which is quite worrying. We have scored 42 goals in Premier League this season and conceded 54. 42 scored, conceded 54. Last year we scored 57, and the year before that we scored 58. And quite clearly, the number of goals which we are scoring every year is also declining. This year it was 42, last year 57, and the year before that 58. And if we go back to 2021, where we scored 73 goals and managed to finish second in the Premier League. 2020-21 was probably the best year for United post Ferguson. We scored 73 goals that season. We had Bruno, Cavani, Greenwood, Rashford, Martial contributing. So in 2021 73, then next year 58, the year after that 57, and this year 42. So our number of goals has been steadily declining as well. Now I would like to point out another statistic. So this year we have 165 shots on target. Last year we had 193 shots on target. And in 2020-21, the season where we finished second and the season where we got 73 goals, the most goals scored by United post Ferguson in a Premier League season. So in 2020-21 we had 213 shots on target. So our number of shots on target has also been declining every season. 2021 we took 213 shots, 23-24 193, and this year we are at 165. But there is, let me bring to your attention the number of big chances created. So in 2020-21, where we scored 73 goals and finished second in the Premier League, the number of big chances created were 68 chances. I'm talking about Premier League, of course. 68 chances. In 23-24, it fell down to 60 chances. However, this season we have created 64 chances, which is a little bit higher than last year. But the number of shots we have taken this season is lower than last year. The number of goals which we have scored this season are considerably lower than last year. So it shows that we have been creating chances, not a lot of chances, but if we compare the last few years of United, then it is pretty much the same. We have not fallen off a cliff in the number of chances being created this year. Our creativity is the same, but the main problem is conversion. We are not converting those chances. People have been after Rasmus Højlund. He has been extremely disappointing this season, of course. He has only managed to score 4 goals this season. However, Zirkzee has managed to score 3 goals this season with more or less same number of appearances. But people are criticizing Rasmus much more than Zirkzee, which is fair, because Zirkzee, when we see Zirkzee play, we can see his mentality, we can see how he is contributing to the game, how he is vying for every ball, and so as a United fan, we can We are more comfortable in Zirkzee because we know the skill and technique he has, and he shows it in pretty much every game. He has not been prolific in front of the goal, but his contribution to the play other than goals has been decent. Whereas if I talk about Rasmus Højlund, people are questioning his commitment for United. People are criticizing his hold up play, which is rightly so. Amorim was asked about Rasmus, whether he is happy with Rasmus or not. And Amorim replied that he is satisfied with Rasmus. He is working hard. Goals are not coming, that is a big problem, but he is working hard, which I think which is the most important thing. But we are Manchester United. You have to perform immediately at United because the demands, the pressure is so high. We cannot afford any time at United. Such is the pressure of a big club. Now, I have this weird stat, and uh, I might be thrown under the bus for this stating this stat, but anyways, I'll take my chances. So, Cristiano Ronaldo, when he joined United in 2003, in his first 60 appearances, Ronaldo scored 9 goals in Premier League. If we compare that with Rasmus Højlund, in his first 60 appearances, Rasmus has also has scored 14 goals, which is 5 more than Ronaldo. So, so Rasmus is not that bad. He's doing better than the greatest United player ever. But people might argue that when Ronaldo first arrived at the scene, he was only 18 years old. However, when Højlund joined, he was already, I think he was 21. He's currently 22. So, and Ronaldo exploded in his fourth season when he was 22, and Rasmus is currently 22. But I think the players like Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, of course, Harry Kane, they have been so good that they have created such they have set such unrealistic standards for the other strikers. So if we compare any decent striker with them, that particular striker would always seem like he is underperforming far below him. And I think that has been the case with Højlund as well. As I mentioned that in his first 60 appearances, he has scored more goals than Cristiano Ronaldo. But in today's football, today's contemporary football, Haaland and Mbappe are the limit. They have set the bar extremely high. That even beating Ronaldo in first 60 appearances is not enough. United, of course, face Tottenham in the Europa League day after tomorrow, and both of the teams have had a terrible season. Top two of the top six teams are stationed below in the Premier League at 16th and 17th positions, and they are fighting for the Champions League spot, which does not sit right with many people, including Arsene Wenger. Now, people are after Ruben Amorim as well because of our showings in Premier League this season, which is more or less understandable, but we should keep that in mind that he joined in the middle of the season. He does not have the players we need, and he deserves more time. We cannot fire him spontaneously, and we should also keep in mind that we have made some major changes in the structure of our football club this season as well. We fired Dan Ashworth. So, of course, being 16th in the Premier League, it is extremely disgraceful. There's no excuse for that, but we don't have any other option apart from sticking with Amarim because we have to back him. We have not given him the perfect setup which he has needed, so it would be extremely unfair to sack him. And people are also comparing Ange Postecoglou's season with Tottenham and our season. Postecoglou has been with Tottenham for like 2-3 years. So, so I think the comparison of Tottenham and United this season has not been fair. United, of course, being in another transition season. I know, another transition season with a new manager at the helm. So, so I would say Ange Postecoglou deserves to be fired because he has been with Tottenham for a few years now, and they are 17th in the place. Yeah, but the it is quite weird that we are doing extremely bad in Premier League. However, we are unbeaten in Europa League. I know Europa League is not a big league. The teams Premier League is a much tougher league, but still we have faced a few good teams in Europa League as well. Olympic Lyon, of course. Bilbao has the strongest defense in La Liga this season. So the last meetings with Tottenham this season have not gone well for us. We have played thrice with them this season and we have lost all three of them with an aggregate score of 8-3, which is extremely humiliating. And by judging this trend, we are on road to losing this final as well. But we have hope.